What? ¿Dónde está esta wea? There you go. Debería estar bien. Te dije que te extraño, te dije que te quiero y que me gusta mucho el color de tu pelo. Vamos a ir con azul. Esto no va a poder. Vamos a YouTube. Ahora sí necesito. A ver, necesito esta wea y necesito la eterna. Vamos a esta wea. Okay. ¿No tengo PyCharm aquí? No. Descargar PyCharm con el CMD Windows. Chess Engine Viking.
And this might allow us to.
Uy, ya tenía un montón avanzado, pero fuck it. Vamos a empezarlo otra vez. Podría ser otra cosa. No. ¿Cuántos videos? ¿Cuánto tiempo es? Es 1 hora, 2 horas, 3 horas, 4, 5, 6. Son como 10 horas. Son como 10 horas. Ok. Lo acabamos en 2 días. Ok. Descargar y instalar PyCharm. SMD. Chance la formamos con una estrada de instalación silenciosa. Toca instalar normal. Descargar el archivo. Descargar Pygame. Ahora se me ve, sí. Actualiza pip. Que se ve bien, ¿no? Bueno, que es que sí se ve bien. Que me había quedado aquí y acá y acá. Ejecutando cmd pip install. Vamos a actualizar esta web. Pip. Pues que no tengo Python. Te dije que te extraño, te dije que te quiero y que me gusta mucho el color de tu pelo. Yo creo que puedo hacerlo un poquito más grande, un poquito más chiquito esto. O, a ver, más grande. Casi a la roña. Un pelín más grande. Fuck it. Should work. Te dije que te extraño, te dije que te quiero y que me gusta mucho el color de tu pelo. Te dije que tu vida y mi vida se buscan, que siempre seré tuyo. Es crazy. Ah, yeah, bro. Ah, no, este es el Python. Te dije que te extraño, te dije que te quiero. Eh, what do you mean? What do you mean? ¿No se instaló Python? What? ¿Cómo que add? Te dije que te extraño, te dije que te quiero y que me gusta mucho el color de tu pelo. Te dije que tu vida y mi vida se buscan, que siempre seré tuyo del altar a la tumba. No. What do you mean? ganas de... No tengo ganas... No. Life is harsh. Te dije que te extraño. Por favor. Por favor. There you go. Okay. Nice. Okay. Ya, tenemos Pygame. Ahora aquí vamos a agregar a new Python file. Chess. No. ¿Cómo era? New Python file. Python package. Chess. Engine. Y ahora sí, aquí vamos a
to adapt.
download images, create images. Vamos a descargar las foticos. Images download. No se descargaron. Okay. There we go. Okay, estos images vamos a darle otra acá. Uy, pero son puntos y para la roña. No quiero liquear nada. Pues por favor, cooperar. ¿Qué es esto? What the fuck do I want that? Pues por favor, cooperar. Amigo. ¿Por qué no coopera? Porque esto sí lo puedo mover. Puedo mover el punto, sí, pero no puedo.
Capital letter to indicate chess. I'm going to go ahead and make a Python package. I'm going to name this chess. And I'm going to paste the folder. Now, if you don't have access to this folder, or you want to use your PNG. Now, if you don't have access to this folder, it might be easier to see actually in the folder of the images. Here, you know, see black bishop, black king is lowercase b and lowercase w as the first letter.
Ay, marico, porque ahora no escucho nada. ¿Qué es esto?
to indicate the. I just got these off. I have a folder called, or a project folder called chess. I'm going to go ahead and make a Python package. I'm going to name this chess, and I'm going to paste the folder inside of this Python package. Now, if you don't have access to this folder, or you want to use your own images, that's absolutely fine. I grabbed some low-res PNG images. I'll also share bitmap. I think I had some issues with some people using Macs and PNGs and reading them in, so I'll also share the folder with the BMPs in them, and you can use that. Now, I just got these off the internet. You can do a Google search for chess pieces and you can download them. The naming convention I'm using for these is lowercase b and lowercase w as the first letter to indicate what color the piece is, and then a capital letter to indicate the type of the piece. So it might be easier to see actually in the folder of the images. Here, we see black bishop, black king, black knight, black pawn. One thing I'm not sure why I did lowercase p for pawn here instead of uppercase. I don't know. Maybe I should change that right now, but I'm not going to. But if you want to, you can get your own images. One of the things that might be fun to do would be to get a couple different sets of images and let the user actually be able to select what chess set they want. That could be something fun to do. So I made these transparent. I will share the
Sure. Game state.
player ourselves in about versus player like that. But we're gonna.
Tengo que escribir toda esta wea. Ok, chess, images, y aquí mismo en chess, new, Python file, chess engine, y ahora aquí, class, game state, computer, sure. Creo que era así. Definir. Vamos a hacer el instructor. Self. Ok, self. Board. Se me vuelve a trabar y cambio pues. Y ahora empezamos con estas weas. R, coma. BN, coma. Wait a minute, stop trolling. ¿Qué hice? BN. ¿Qué es esto? Rook. Knight. Bishop. What? ¿Qué me intentó decir? BQ. BK. Y B. Y Bishop otra vez. Y B. Rook. Coma.
The next row.
Sí, ¿no? BR, BN, BB, BQ, BK, BB, BB. Falta BN. BB. BN, BR. Y ahora más de lo mismo. Bueno, de hecho, no, todo esto es a... Can you stop giving B Black Bishop? ¿Cómo era? ¿BB?
If and
No, Black Pawn. Esta wea, coma. ¿Qué sé cuántos? There you go. Esto tan grande. Y ahora esta wea, ¿cómo era? Creo que era así. Sure.
one, two.
Porque este está más... Ah, es que hay uno como aquí. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Y ahora agarramos esto. Esto. Luego. No. WP, 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 WP. Y ahora agarramos esto. WR, W.
3, 4. That's how chess is set up. The kings are on the same file, and the queens are on the same file. All right, so now we've got a pretty simple decisions we're already making. And we'll talk more about this in the future videos. So for right now, all I really care about is storing the information here. And I could actually at this point evaluate this board and determine what are all my valid points, and we could start writing that, given that it's white's turn. You know, there'll be other things we want to keep track of in board states. Things like castling. Castling's a little bit of a weird move in chess, and we'll have to keep track of whether or not white or black move their king, because if you move your king, you lose the right to castle. If you move your rook, you lose the right to castle on that side. So there's some special rules like that that we'll have to make sure we keep track of. And yeah, we'll handle all that as we go on. All right, so here's just our start for our end. All right, now let's go into our main. And this we're going to focus a lot on the pie game stuff that we've kind of done before. And so I'm going to go through this kind of fast. If you are not sure of some of the stuff that I type, then maybe you can go back and watch some of the videos that I did on pie game intro. One of the things we're going to have to do is import our chess engine class so that we have access to the board state, the game state. Here we're going to make our width and height equal to 512. You could do 400 as well if you want a little bit higher resolution or higher definition. Basically, the larger you get, the images I shared with you are not very high res, so we can't go that large. 512 still looks pretty nice, and that's about the biggest I've seen.
Se me fue el cerebro. ¿Lo hizo con ese? ¿O lo hizo con esto? Creo que lo hizo con esto. Move like Todo pronto que sí.
some
Data
and this
esta
one
wea.
images.
No, espera. Me pasé algo. Blank space. Why? Ya. Tengo otro. No. Chess new Python file. Chess main. Y ahora import pygame as p from chess. Es que él lo llamo chess. Yo también lo llamo chess. From chest import chess engine. Ahora no, y equal high equal s12. Wait. S12. What the fuck is give me dimension equal 8. Hey, come on, man, you can do it. SQ size equal height para dimension max FPS equal 15 images equal. Y ahora, ¿por qué me aparece esa wea? Es un aquí sé.
Its own function. So load images will initialize a global dictionary of images, and this will be called exactly once in the main. And one of the reasons why I want to put this in its own method instead of just putting this code in the main is if you want to adapt it later on to have your own skins. So if you want to maybe give them the option to pick a couple different chess sets, then this will make it nice and flexible. You always want to think about making your code as flexible as possible. All right, so we call this function load images. Again, PyCharm's complaining. It says that I should call this function this because that's proper Python notation, but I'm a Java guy, so I will capitalize my functions and use camel case. So here we're going to make a list of the pieces, and this I could really do this in a very inefficient way. And what I could do is I could say images white on. That will be our key for loading that image. So I'm going to use the piece name notation that we were using here, and notice that these pieces also match the name of the images. So that's another reason why I chose to do it this way. Well, we can read the 2-character string and we can load the image or select the right image just from that. So this one image will be basically we're going to use the image pygame image.load, and then we have to select our directory, which is images, and then the piece.png. Now, this is probably not the best way to do this, because then we'd have to do this for each line of code. And anytime you see yourself starting to do something like this, and then you realize I'm going to have to do this 12 more times, you should stop, and you should think, how can I use it for? All right, so we can see our pattern emerging here. I just have to basically make a variable here, which you could call maybe something like piece. And I have to replace this string here, and I can use this simple string concatenation here, like that. Okay, and so what
image
am I setting this piece variable to? Well,
no alcanzo a ver bien. Images. Bueno, hay que literalmente dividirlo. Images plus piece 2. Damn. Vamos a separar esto antes que sea tan feo. Está tan molesto.
I know that I'm going to have a list of these pieces. So I'm going to have a white pawn. I'm going to have a black pawn. And it doesn't matter what order you do this in. I'm just going to do this in the same order that I have in my other codes so that I don't miss any of them. White pawn, white rook, white knight, white bishop. Again, this order does not matter at all. We're loading these into a dictionary, so you can put these in whatever order you want. White queen. Okay, so that's all my white pieces: pawn, rook, knight, bishop, king, queen. And then the same thing for the black. Black pawn, black rook, black knight, aka the dark knight, aka Batman. Black bishop.
I'm getting triggered. No. YK, YQ, YK, YQ, black pawn, black rook, black knight, black rook, no,
Black.
what the is it?
Black bishop,
Bishop,
black king, and black. All right, so make sure you have all those, and you've got lowercase b, uppercase for the piece type, except for pawn, because it bothers me now.
bishop,
all right, now what we're going to do now is we can say for piece in pieces. Images piece equals p dot image load. And you can see now I only have to type this once, not 12 times. So anytime you can use a for loop to make your code more efficient, you should. Save yourself a little bit of work. Note now that we can access. What we're going to do now is
¿cómo le hago? ¿Cómo le hago fucking enter que se haga para abajo? That's crazy. Vaya noob.
as we can say for piece in pieces. Images piece equals p dot image load. And you can see now I only have to type this once, not 12 times. So anytime you can use a for loop to make your code more efficient, you should. Save yourself a little bit of work. Note now that we can access an image by calling or by using the dictionary, by saying something like, I'll put it in single quotes, images, and then white pawn, for example. So images white pawn will return us the white pawn image, because what we did was we saved the image there for the piece white pawn in the dictionary with p white pawn. And so this works very nicely for when we're going to actually draw the images in. So what we can do now is simply grab the square on the board see what piece is there. And if there is a piece there, if it's not blank, then we can say draw that image, split that image into that location on our screen. Very, very nice and simple way of doing this. All right. We're going to also add a little bit of in here. Right now, the images are not scaled at all.
¿Por qué me parece random? ¿Por qué me parece así de feo? Dime. Dimension equal to 8. Dimension. Y ahora, ¿por qué me aparece esto en amarillo? ¿Quién mandó eso? Nadie. Images. Piece equal p image. Load images plus piece plus png.
So let's make sure that the images look good in terms of our square size. So let's go ahead and let's add a transform.scale in front of loading, or encompassing this. So transform.scale. This image we're loading this. Transform.scale look good in terms of our square size. So let's go ahead and let's add a transform.scale in front of loading, or encompassing this.
No.
So transform.scale. Encompassing that, and let's add a transform.
Que se burra.
Scale.
P.
In front of, in terms of our.
Ah, ya me acordé cómo era. Era con alt. No. ¿Cómo era? ¿Cómo era? ¿Cómo se me está escuchando el fucking directo?
Images. So that we have. What we're going to do now is say for piece in pieces.
Ahí está, chido. A ver.
So let's go ahead and let's add a transform.scale in front of loading, or encompassing this. So transform.scale, this image we're loading in, and then we're going to call it square size by square size. Now you could, if you want to, make this a little bit slow, like less than square size by square size, so it doesn't take up the whole square, you can, but I think it looks just fine taking up the whole square, being similar in size. And I think it centers it nicely. I think it looks good. All right, so we've got load images done, and we still got quite a bit to do. So let's keep chugging along.
¿Qué pasa que está mal? ¿Qué pasó esta P? Toma. Toma, toma, toma. Should be alright. Que no veo qué está haciendo, qué estoy haciendo mal.
All right, so here, this will be our main driver, and this will handle user input and updating the graphics. So here we go, def main. We initialize our Pygame as we normally do. You could also initialize the Pygame up here. This is never a bad idea to initialize it first in case one of your other methods actually relies on it. So for example, like if we accidentally call load pieces before main, then we're going to get an error because we put Pygame in here. So it's never a bad idea to initialize it right away. But in this case, it doesn't matter. The way we have it set up, our main is the only thing that's going to be called. So let's set up our screen variable. Normally do display.setMode, a width by height. And again, if you want to add in like a little user interface later on with some menu commands, or maybe displaying the move log on the right hand side, you could certainly add to this. Add everything that I've done in other Pygame applications. Let's create our clock. Let's fill our screen with just a background color. I'm going to make it real simple, fill it white. This one will not be really necessary later on because we're going to be filling in the squares with colors, but it's fine. We'll leave it in for now just to make sure that it's working right. Let's go ahead and grab a game state. So we're going to now create a game state object calling our constructor. And so what this does is this calls this initialize this constructor here, and it creates these three variables: board, white to move, and move log. And so now we can actually have access to the board by just saying game state board.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing here, bro. There we go. That's crazy.
And so now we can actually have access to the board by just saying game state board. So for example, you can print out game state board, and let's just go ahead and run code real fast.
Wait.
You can see that popped up the window.
Nice.
But does print the board down. So we have access to it really, really simply. Nice and simple. All right. Then now we have to load in the images. And notice we're going to only do this once. So it's before the while loop, as is most of our setup. We have our running equals true variable. Give myself some space down here. All right, and then inside of our while loop, as most of our Python, our Pygame.
¿Qué hizo?
Self some space down here.
¿Para qué?
All right, and then inside of our while loop, as most of our Python, our Pygame applications have gone, we need to clear this event queue first. Let's add in our quit application so that we can hit the X and it will close out on us, and then we will call our pick and our pygame.display.flip. All right, all standard stuff that we've been doing. I do want to make a note here. This is something that I kind of have seen and never really read up on. Again, Python's not my main language, but this is something that they teach you really early on that I never really did a lot of. But it's Python convention to do something like this. If __ name __ equals, and then __ main, basically matching our function.
Una forma de saber si... 'Cause I've been dancing, dun, 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 dun. That's my baby, she's iconic. iPhone case, lip gloss on it. 'Cause all my days she be taking. It's a comedy kitty on my baby. When sunshine to the shadow, and feel dun, 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 dun. Like water to dun, dun, dun. I need you, babe, I know you need the rain. Dun, 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 dun. So cry on my shoulder whenever you need.
Function here.
Cry on my shoulder.
Then call.
Damn, I'm okay with this. No, mentira. Vamos a... Chesito. So cry on my shoulder whenever you need. Cry on my shoulder. E4. F3. Caballo aquí, caballo aquí, caballo aquí, caballo aquí, caballo aquí. Come on. ¿Quieres el caballo aquí ecuatoriano? ¿Colombiano? Sí, colombiano. So cry on my shoulder whenever you need. Cry on my shoulder. Tengo que poner música. Luego lo acabo por mi cuenta. Música clásica para estudiar sin copyright. Ok. Nice. Italiana. Nice. Ahora que es C3. Caballo F6. Mucho piano. D4. Peón peor. Ok. Peón por peón. Check. Check B4. Caballo de 4. F6 a D4. Caballo de 4. Enroque. Caballo por caballo. Caballo por caballo. Caballo por caballo. No. Bueno, ¿qué pasa si hago esto? No, no puedo. Ahora, ¿cuál es aquí el strat? ¿Esto? Uy, ahora esto se ve bien, pero... ¿Qué me va a ocurrir? No me va a ocurrir con cualquier wea. Ah. No me sé estas variantes ya. ¿Por qué tengo que comer con...? What? Está atacando a este huevón. Yo creo que vamos a hacer primero esto. Táctica. Nada, no hay tanta táctica. Pero mínimo le rompo ahí una estructura un poquito. Si como alfil, como caballo con check. Y después puedo avanzar. Caballo. Uy. Uy, uy, uy. Uy, 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 uy. Uy, 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 uy. Uy, uy, uy. Uy, uy, uy. Vamos aquí a modo poder. No, no podemos. Lo malo es que puede comer esto. A lo mejor... ¿Qué puedo hacer? ¿Qué puedo hacer? Pues a lo mejor no vamos a sacar... Uy, ay, no. Me voy a sacar aquí. Dice decent, creo. No, porque si avanza... Pues... No, pues como con... Como con reina y ya. Si avanza como... Uy, ahora me hace esa estupidez. Yo como a mi wea. Ah, no me acaba de comenzar nada. A ver, si pongo acá, este come, yo como. Puedo comer aquí, a no poder. Pero este one tiene algún brinco así rancio. Lo más probable es que sí. No perece, ¿eh? Como que tipo... No, pues está desprotegido, entonces. Vamos a hacer esto primero. Ahora sí, si yo como, después puedo comer aquí. Pero puede comer de uno. Si él come de... Ok, vamos a seguir con el plan. Ah, pero él come ya. Am I tripping? Am I stupid or what? Actually, a dumbass. I'm actually a dumbass. ¿Qué pasa si lo pongo aquí? Van a poder. El problema es... What the fuck is this music? Sí, continúa. Si yo como, come... El problema es que ahora hay checkmate aquí. No. Voy a como ahora está negro. Vamos a mover otro aquí atacando al alfil. Ah, sí, creo que vamos a comer aquí a poder. Estoy perdiendo por una pieza así de gratis. Atacando el alfil. Ya no. Ah, ya perdí esta partida. Creo que ya perdí esta partida. Ah, lo peor es que él puede comer. ¿Qué estupidez? Pone aquí. No puedo proteger a los dos. Ok. Ay, viene con cheque, asco. Vino. Oh, no entendí eso. Creo que fue misclick. Sabía que estos bonos también son. ¿Qué es esto? Vamos a acabar que después tengo este cheque. honestamente. Vamos por uno, no tanto. Ya puedo el mouse. Ok.